Don't look now, but the Phoenix Suns are heating up with Pascal Siakam and the Toronto Raptors in their building. Trade talks continue to loom about this Toronto team. It's the Raptors taking on the Suns, which means Mikal Bridges gets to go to work because he never misses work. Do you know Mikal Bridges has not missed a game in his collegiate or professional career? Look at Bridges go up top to DeAndre Ayton. The first quarter of this basketball game was characterized by Bridges' scoring ability. A career high for points in a quarter by Bridges, 16 first quarter points. And then Reliable finishes the quarter off in style. Chris Paul with a buzzer beater three-pointer, 19 points, 9 assists for CP3. Raptors show fight in the second. Siakam on the boards. Then we go back to the Bridges show. It's Mikal. Game so good you would have thought he went to Yale. Does that make sense? Fred VanVleet with a big-time deuce inside for Toronto, who's showing fight. That's been their thing over the last few weeks. They just been fighting. They would trail, though, at the half. Third quarter, Toronto on a 12-0 run to kick this thing off. VanVleet, as you see, just bulldozing his way in. And then Siakam on the same type of time. We're tied at 80. Look at the hustle here from Gary Trent Jr. He'll take it the length of the court and score. Raptors up. 3 minutes to go in the fourth. It's Bridges taking over once again. Had a big-time first quarter, a big-time fourth quarter. 29 points for Bridges. The Suns are up 3. 54 seconds to go. Raptors could use a stop like really bad. And Ayton says you're not going to get it. DeAndre Ayton helping put away the Toronto Raptors as 29, 3-6 by Bridges helps get the job done. 114-106 is your final from Phoenix. The Suns have now won 6 out of 7 games. Oh boy, when that man decides to go in that bag, only so many people ever in the history of this game can do anything about it. Giannis Antetokounmpo and the Milwaukee Bucks emphatically taking on the New Orleans Pelicans. And let's just say Giannis was filthy good in this one. Ooh, a little hesitation move. Probably got away with a carry. It's not called, and the Greek Freak takes advantage. Giannis putting on a show at home. An 18-point opening quarter for the Greek Freak. Trust and believe he had more in the tank. More on him in a second. But first things first, Chris Middleton missing the shot, but cutting, and is rewarded for his efforts. Other end, Pelicans trying to fight, man, but they are just in dire need of a healthy Brandon Ingram and a healthy Zion Williamson as Jackson Hayes does all he can with the throwdown. Trey Murphy, three-pointer, cuts the Pelicans deficit down to 9 in the second, and then Jonas Valanciunas goes and 1 over Brook Lopez. We got a 6-point game, ladies and gentlemen, just like that. But pretty much the rest of this highlight is dedicated to the Greek Freak. It was just one of those games. Giannis added 11 points in the second quarter, which gets him already to 29, pretty much his season average as we are at the half. You see him channeling his inner Dirk Nowitzki. Joe Ingles up top to the Greek Freak. It's the Pelicans up by 18 again. Third quarter. Giannis causing so much havoc on defense. Guys got good looks. Pat Connaughton and Drew Holiday knocked down threes. I know Holiday gets a smile every time he takes on his former team. It's like, I got Giannis, y'all dope. My man always plays. Y'all guy never plays. Greek Freak taking over again. And this cold-blooded three-pointer by Giannis gives the Greek Freak his second 50-point game of the season. He just pulled that thing up with so much confidence. 20 of 26 from the field. Pretty much 77% shooting for Giannis. His Bucks improved to 33-17 as the Pelicans, who started out good, fall to 26-25. Well, it looks like this Jay Crowder Phoenix Suns fiasco is on the cusp of getting solved really, really soon. The Phoenix Suns have given the Milwaukee Bucks permission to talk to Crowder about a potential contract extension. Crowder's one of my favorite players in the league. As of right now, the Bucks offer, according to Shams Charania, is Jordan Nwora, George Hill, Serge Ibaka, and a second-round pick. Now, Phoenix actually wants a forward in return for Crowder. So that's kind of the holdup right now. The Suns and Bucks are both open to expanding this trade to 3 teams, which will probably be what it is. It'll end up being to get the deal done. The Atlanta Hawks and Miami Heat have also had interest in Jay Crowder, but it feels like with Phoenix opening up the door, to let Jay Crowder and his agent talk to the Milwaukee Bucks, it feels like this is the Bucks got to lose. And I would be shocked if Crowder's not a Milwaukee Buck by the end of this trade deadline cycle here. I've told you guys countless times, Jay's one of my favorite players. I think he is just what the doctor ordered in Milwaukee. I believe the Bucks needed to make a move. Losing. Look, I don't know if Chris Middleton's going to get right this year. As I make this video here, as we get pretty much into February, Middleton still ain't right. I'm watching him. I just saw him. He's better than when he came back last month, or I guess December, from injury, but he still ain't right. I'm looking at him. That's not the same Chris Middleton. I don't know what's going on. That's not what you want to have, by the way, going into a contract year. I don't know what's going on. He ain't right. I'm looking at the man. The man's not right. And I don't know, how much that knee is still bothering him, or does he need another offseason to get right? Look, these guys are super athletes. Sometimes the body says, hey, you're really not supposed to be doing this for a living. So I don't know what's going on with Middleton, but what Jay Crowder allows you to have is, if nothing else, a guy that if he can stop Tatum in the playoffs from getting 34 points a game and holding them to around 26 points per game, you did your job. If he can stop a guy like Kevin Durant from getting 32 points a game to around 24, 25 points a game, you did your job. If Tatum's got to get his 30 on 22 shots, you did your job. If Durant's got to get his 32, whatever, on 21 shots, you did your job. That's really all you can ask for of a guy, Jay Crowder. He's not going to lock somebody down, per se, especially scorers like Tatum and KD, both in the Eastern Conference. But he will make life as difficult as possible. And that maybe would have been the difference last year between the Bucks and the Celtics in the second round. Not only did the Milwaukee Bucks miss Chris Middleton's scoring ability, they missed Middleton's really good in team defense concepts under Mike Budenholzer. He plays really good team defense. He's a smart, you can tell he watches a lot of film, and kind of follows behind Giannis and Drew Holiday, which are both elite defenders. Middleton plays really good team defense. Not only did they miss his scoring, Tatum and Brown were going to work as well on the other end. And Marcus Smart had some good games as well. So I think that's the scenario for the Bucks. They get Jay Crowder at the deadline. I think a third team gets involved. We know now Phoenix is open to talk to whoever you got to talk to. Get your contract. We done with you.